Doing this episode of Ken on Display. What is this? Episode 6 of my first season. Who knows how long the season will go. I want to discuss something of a bit of a serious nature. I know a lot of times I like to come in here and crack a lot of jokes, but this is something that really hits home. If most people out there, if you ever had the opportunity to dialogue with me in some way, shape, form, or fashion about racial issues, I feel very passionate about that. I believe this country, in some regards, has made a lot of progression as it pertains to race. And in a lot of ways, it has not. The people that really confuse me are the ones that live in this sort of euphoric state that tends to believe that we're in a post-racial America. I'm like, there are generations of people that are still living right now that marched with Dr. King, and so on the other side of that fence, there's still people that harbor that much hatred for somebody who's not like them. You know what I mean? As it pertains to race, and that type of stuff, it's socialized. It perpetuates through bloodlines and generations of teaching other people to do it. So you know, their kids and grandkids, they live a certain way, and you know, the recent events with Paula Deen, you know, and her slave plantation idealistic wedding, and she wants black men in bow ties to be reminiscent of the Civil War days when they had slaves, and she thinks that's just the greatest idea, and etc. And you got a couple weeks ago, somebody made yet another racial slur in regards to Tiger Woods. It's amazing that he still receives those types of things. And it really does not surprise me. What it is just, you know, it really exudes this society, and then you kind of see it every now and then in the media. So in the media, it'll get captured every now and then. So if it unfolds in the media every now and then, you have to know that in everyday life it actually resides in a greater state. So I think it's pretty ridiculous, and I think the way for us, you know, many people have discourses and different ideologies about this. You look at somebody like Morgan Freeman, he's like, you know, well, I guess this is as a, you know, concerning Black History Month, like, you know, why do we keep having Black History Month? Because as long as we keep doing that and focusing on this, then we can't move on. I'm like, if we did not have a month to focus on Black history, then Black history would never be taught. It's so excluded out of American history that it has to have a separate class. You take Black history class, which, oh, by the way, only black people take. You kind of get that one rebel white dude or white girl in there. It's like, oh yeah, it probably would have been an exhibitionist back in the day, but it's ridiculous that in this day and age in America that Black history isn't woven within the textbooks of our society for people to learn and to be educated. Negative racial undertones, man. Over the last month, me and my brother have experienced personally profiling on a level that I didn't think that I would have to experience it. I stay in northern part of San Diego, Rancho Bernardo, which is a pretty well-to-do community. It's not really diverse, or I guess bluntly said, there's a lot of white people out here. So, quick story, pulling up in my car, I call my brother and my son to come out to help with the groceries. I'm parked, older white lady stops, walks out in front of my car, and just stares at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at this lady like, what are you looking at? And so I continue doing what I'm doing, wait for my brother to come out. And she walks and like takes the trash down to the dumpster. She comes back and is standing like 2 feet away from my window, right? And she's staring right in the driver's side window. So I roll down the window like about this much, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" She says, "Can I help you with something?" I'm like, "No." And I just roll my window up. Then I get out of the car around 15 seconds later, because at this point I realized what she just did to me. And oh, by the way, if you're sitting there thinking that she was just asking that and it was just random, fam, if I was a white dude, I guarantee you she would not ask me if she can help me with something. You know, it wasn't she was helping me because I needed help. She was asking, did I have any business in the neighborhood? It's really what she was getting to, you know what I mean? Because not a lot of people of color live out this way. I get out and guess what uniform I'm in? I'm in my Navy uniform. My khakis, I got my big boy pants on. And she, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean to question you like that. And thank you for your service." I felt like taking one of those bags of oranges that I had and hurling it at an old lady's face. And that would have went over well. A couple days later, my brother Derek parked my car out there on the street and police asking this dude where he lived at. I mean, did you have your tats showing there? Was your tattoos out?
No, I just had got off work.
He just got off work, coming to the crib, and they asking this dude, does he live here? Where do you live? Like, fam, do you canvass every resident around here like that, or is it just us? You know, then we got some residents here that just flat out don't speak. And I know it's because I'm black. Like, I speak to them and they look at me like, who are you to speak to me? Or my son, I think what really pissed me off is my son was trying to play with their kids, man. And you know, you kind of get that feeling, you know, especially, you know, parenthetically speaking, you know, with your kids, you kind of, I know I'm hypersensitive, just, you know, wanting my son to be around the best, have the best, and be put in the best situations, you know. And we kind of got this feeling that they didn't want my kid playing with theirs. That they was kind of like hurting their children away from mine and kind of turning their back. Fam, Josh is 4, man. He's a little innocent kid, you know. And that was kind of like, that was a breaking point for me, you know. I don't know.
That's not even the first time, though. Remember the security guard?
I had to get a security guard fired on my birthday. Me, my brother, and my best friend Zaid, we going out to have a good time for my birthday. We walking out to the car. The security guard is like, "Shut up." Who are you talking to? Like, you just told us to shut up? Like, you're being too loud. You just shut up. I'm like, fam, dude, first of all, we're not being loud. You know, so to make him feel comfortable, which unfortunately I had to do a lot of time, I had to put on my white boy voice. First of all, I don't know who you're talking to. I'm a resident here. You just spoke to me in a very rude way. I don't appreciate that. You don't talk to me or my guests like that. I've been living here for a couple years. I'd appreciate it if you show some manners. All right, you're an employee here. Do your job. You know. Boy, Zaid walks off. He calls Zaid an idiot. And so I got mad. I was ready to turn up on dude, right? He reaches back like he about to spray me with some pepper spray. Next morning I was at the office complaining. I filed a formal complaint on little buddy and he got fired. I don't know, just in this day and age, man, just little things. Little things, a lot of little things which equate to an overall tone. And it's not a blanket to say this is what all white people do. This is not what all black people do. There's some black racists out there, which is unfortunate. But I just don't like the fact that people believe that we're in a post-racial America, or that these are not still issues that we need to converse about, because it is very important. I had to have a long conversation with many of my white friends in regards to white privilege. They don't even know what white privilege is. White privilege is you being privileged enough to be able to live your life without considering race, because race does not affect you. And so whenever race is brought up, then you're speaking from a white privilege point of view to even consider or suggest that we're overreacting when you don't live what we live, because your America is different than our America. That's just the bottom line. I think that makes me mad more than anything. When you don't know what it's like when somebody literally in 2013, a 33-year-old career naval person who does not, you follow me around like I have a dress. You're following me around the store. Are you really doing that? Like, and you're not even trying to act like you're not following me around the store. And they'll just stand there and just look at you like, yeah, we're following you, dude. Like, are you serious? You know, it's ridiculous. You know, I don't know. One thing that gets to me is I don't know. I guess a lot of black people, where they from, they're gonna give you a state. Or where your people from? Our people, we're such a displaced culture that's here. It's like, where your people from? Oh, my people from Mississippi. Man, your people are not from Mississippi. The people are from this a continent is all we can give you. You know, most of us can't give you a country, which is filled with countries. I know people come from Africa. That's about it. It's just a sad truth that we have to live with today. And the furthest place I could trace my people is a state completely displacing emasculated culture, trying to find a sense of identity in America that they say is post-racial, but clearly it's not. Just wake up. Wake up. Be sensitive to stuff that really happens. And educate yourself. Don't completely block out the fact that a lot of bad stuff has happened, and a lot of bad stuff happens. You look at gentrification in Chicago, you know, that's a whole nother topic. I think it deserves its own blog piece, and I'm talking about written and verbally, you know, via the camera, which happens a lot. So, I don't know. A little bit more serious kid on display right now. That Paula Deen issue. And a lot of people I think what got me to talking about is a lot of people on Facebook was like, all she said was the N-word and the black people say it all the time. Like, fam, no, she said more than that. One, first of all, she did more than that. Three, you can't just let that stuff, you can't. Well, why don't black people get to say it and we don't get to say it and this, that, and this is all context. You know, is it a word that we should be using? No, probably not. Do I use it? Yes. Have I been around white people that used it in its proper context and did nobody get offended? Yeah. It's context. You just understand where they're coming from. You know what I mean? I guarantee you Paula Deen would not be around a whole bunch of black people like, yo, what up, my nigga? Like, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do it. The spirit in which people do things, which is really my concern. And I saw so many people just posting all these stupid posts about, you know, it's no different than, you know, listening to a Wu-Tang album or listening to, shut up. Shut up. Especially if you're not going through the struggle. So, but I guess we're supposed to be okay because we got a black president now, right, Derek?
I guess.
Yeah. Bye. Ready? You recording?
Yeah.
Oh, take 3. These strange fruit don't hang from trees, they hang from the economy and still have seeds. We got a black president but still got needs. Praying women with no faith got the worst needs. Work twice as hard just to achieve. Walking in the county and scream, give us free. The minimum is mandatory. That was just an allegory. Negroes getting time off the bench to new Robert Ory. History books laced with the one-sided story. Wonder why I slept in their class, they ain't have nothing for me. When I act myself, then that's not right. And that's not right, cause I'm not white. And I'm not white, so that's not right. And we can go back and forth about this all night. I'm all about progression, so I'm all about the fight. Spike said if I'm gonna do this thing, I better do it right. And I'm gonna do it to death, so to y'all, good night.